Well, before we continue the roast of Ian, I've got a few appetizers for these gentlemen. Gary, nice haircut. Was it not a big enough occasion? What are you saving it for? AJ.
Yeah.
Even though you're quite a bit younger than me, I've always looked at you as a big brother. And I do mean big. When I told AJ there was going to be a roast at Ian's wedding, he started salivating, his eyes swelled up to the size of donuts. I was like, AJ, did you really think Ian was going to pay for a pig? Come on. And then there's this guy. He thought he was probably going to get off easy because it's only the second time in my life that I've met him. But no. But I will say that this man must have extremely intelligent parents who bestowed upon him the greatest name a man can ask for, Eric. We'll forgive the slight misspelling. But apparently intelligence skipped a generation because he walks around telling people to call him Boatman. Why don't we donate your name to someone who might appreciate it, okay? But I will give credit where credit is due. What he lacks in intelligence, he makes up for with generosity. Our first night in Vegas for Ian's bachelor party, we ran up a nice dinner tab of over $500, and this man picked up the check. Round of applause. And they say that opposites attract, so I can see why Ian is such great good friends with the guy who would pick up the check. There's only been 3 times in my life I've ever seen Ian spend $500. When he got his first new set of golf clubs, when he got his second new set of golf clubs, and when he signed up for golf lessons that apparently go until his coach dies of old age. But I will say I am very confident that this marriage is going to work out. Because as any married couple could tell you, one of the most important things in a successful marriage is the ability to compromise. And I know that Ian already understands this very well. For example, let's say Ian wanted to play 18 holes of golf, but Teresa was going into labor with their first child. We can count on Ian to do the right thing and only play 9. Some of you may have heard this story before, but if you haven't, you should. A few years back, our father, sitting right over there, was about to be sworn in as commander of the Air Force Base down in Biloxi, Mississippi. So of course we all went down for the ceremony, and the night before, we're all sitting around wondering, what time's Ian gonna get here? Long story short, Ian decided the best way to get to Biloxi, Mississippi was to buy an airplane ticket to Atlanta, Georgia. He was the only person in the whole family that made this mistake, but it wasn't his fault. How was he supposed to know? Fast forward to just a few months ago, Teresa's bridal shower. We were playing a game where Ian and Teresa sat back to back, and they read off a list of attributes, and we all had to guess, did it better describe Ian or Teresa? And they would vote to determine what was the correct answer. If they disagreed, then they compromised, and Teresa was right. So, one question was something to the effect of, who has the worst planning skills? So obviously I voted for Ian. I mean, how could you ever top that story? But I was rudely informed that I was wrong. What I didn't know at the time was that Teresa was using information from the future. She said, Ian, hold my beer. You're gonna fly to the wrong city, I'm gonna send out wedding invitations with the wrong hotel on them. But Ian did not hold her beer, he drank it, and said, I'm not going down without a fight. So as a die-hard, lifelong Tennessee Titans fan, for the first time in 13 years that they got the #1 seed in the AFC, he schedules his wedding for a weekend in January. Wonder if anything's going on. So for the record, I still demand a recount. But I wasn't gonna let my brother suffer. I wasn't gonna make him watch that whole game in between the festivities here on a little 4-inch phone screen. So, just like Atlas shrugged, I shrugged my 75-inch TV up from my basement, drove it all the way from Cincinnati to pop it back here in the vault, and when we plugged it in, it had been epically destroyed. And that's why there's 2 TVs in there, not 1. But Teresa, I know that you really must be a truly special woman. Ian used to treat his girlfriends like batteries. He'd change them often and sometimes mix the new ones with the old. But you are the one and only who finally got him to settle down. Congratulations. Ian, I am proud of you for manning up and finally making a commitment. Love you guys, congratulations. Hope you have a long and happy marriage.
All right, Ian and Teresa will now be